Hello, and welcome to Life of a Boss, the podcast, hosted by entrepreneur, public speaker, and mentor, Jason Hardin. This podcast is all about helping audiences create and reach their own definition of success through positive thinking, perseverance, and personal development. Having survived extreme obstacles from an early age, such as cancer, poverty, abuse, family dysfunction, and even homelessness, Jason has learned how to master the art of resilience and defy all odds to become the boss he is today. So, get ready for some serious game and remember to keep an open mind. Now, without further delay, here is your host, Jason Hardin.
Hello and good morning and welcome back to another incredible episode of Life of a Boss, the podcast, the only podcast that is really about creating and living your own definition of success through positive thinking, perseverance, and above all else, personal development. I keep saying this, I can't stress it enough. It all begins with self. Anyway, today's a wonderful episode. Well, they're all wonderful, I'm always going to say it, but today is all about self-forgiveness, man. Today is all about self-forgiveness, man. Forgiving yourself is so important. It's important because you have to separate who you are from the mistakes you've made in order to really progress in life, man. It's hard to go to that next level or really accomplish anything major if you're carrying the guilt and the burden and beating yourself up for mistakes you've made in the past. If you've made them and they're over and you've atoned for them and you're over it and you did your time and you paid for your mistakes and you suffered through it and you're out of it now, leave it in the past. Do not bring that with you because, like I said, it's almost like trauma, man. If you're not forgiving yourself, you almost have unresolved trauma in your life. And we already know that you can't get too far with unresolved trauma. You know, you're going to have to heal. So forgiving yourself is a way to heal. And a lot of people don't want to address self-forgiveness because to heal, you're going to have to go through some of them emotions that comes with whatever you've done to forgive yourself for. You know, so if you did wrong by somebody, you're going to have to feel that. If you hurt somebody, you're going to have to feel that. If you didn't show up for something that was important, you're going to have to feel that again and go through it so you can process it and eliminate it from your life. Man, it's so important to forgive yourself, man. How many of you have made mistakes that you think are lifelong sentences? I'm going to tell you one thing. Not one mistake has to be a lifelong sentence. Unless you get life by the judge. You know, and even then, man, even if some people go to jail for life, like my brother's in the penitentiary now, he got 30 to life. And even for him, if he looks at that like a life sentence, man, he's not gonna grow. He's not gonna become a better person. He's not gonna adapt. He's not gonna progress. And the crazy thing is, you never know what's really a life sentence, because even though he got life, he's coming home. You know, I think he's coming home within the next year or so because of whatever laws or what they got working on in his appeal and whatnot. But the whole point is, man, don't treat no mistake like a life sentence. You made it. You suffered. Get over it. And I know because I've made plenty of mistakes, man. I don't care if it's a relationship mistake, if it's something you did or something that was done to you that you allowed to happen to you. Man, you have to forgive yourself, man. I was in a horrible relationship. And I blame myself for allowing that relationship to transpire, allowing that to happen, you know, allowing myself to be, to put myself in that situation. It was very dangerous, very toxic, and I blamed myself for a while. You know, I literally like, Jay, you're stupid, man. You fucked up, man. How could you be so dumb? And how could you have not just ended that? And how, you know, like I did so much condemning of myself that I couldn't progress. It was all I could think of, and nothing really happened. Nothing really progressed for me until I let that go. I had to forgive myself. I had to say, you know what, Jay, you're smarter than this. You made a mistake. I'm sure you've learned from this, didn't you? And I said yes. So let's not make that mistake again, and let's protect ourselves from the whatever toxic trait that allowed me to make that mistake. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one way to deal with it. I didn't mean to rant. I didn't mean to go on all about me, but I wanted to tell you guys, or I wanted to share some ways to help forgive yourself. Because I know some of you out there, man, you're beating yourself up over and over again for whatever mistake you made. You didn't sign that deal. You didn't take that girl out, or you did take that girl out. It was the worst mistake you ever made. Whatever it is, man, you can recover from it. But the most important thing, I guess, to understand, and the most important way to help get over the process is, express accountability. I hold myself accountable for the decisions I've made. And that's not to blame myself even more, but it's actually liberating because it allows me to know that I had the power to not be in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we think like, man, it was destined to happen that way. And the truth is, man, some of these things we had so much control over. And the key is not to beat yourself up knowing that you had control in that situation. The key is to know that you still have control and never have to allow that situation to happen again. You see what I'm saying? Understanding you have control is not blaming yourself forever, but it's understanding that you put yourself in a situation, which also means you have the power to get yourself out of a situation. You have the power to not put yourself in that situation. So don't beat yourself up, man. Just be prepared and understand that you never have to do that again. Mistakes, they can be made, but they don't have to be lived. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to live your mistake. I want that to have happened, have passed, and now it's in the past. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you can't progress, you can't be a boss, you can't move forward, you can't do great things blaming yourself and condemning yourself for mistakes that you made in the past, or mistakes that you made when you wasn't the person that you are now. You're a better person than you were yesterday, hopefully. And hopefully you're a better person than you were when you made that mistake. Hopefully that mistake taught you and you learned from it. And that's another thing. Man, learn from that mistake. What did you learn? What did you gain? Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Every mistake gives you power. Every single mistake gives you power. It gives you a gift. It leaves you with something that you didn't have before. What is that? Is that knowledge? Is that experience? Because you gained something very powerful, man. If you survived a horrible relationship, you've gained the power of overcoming a horrible relationship. You gained the experience of overcoming a horrible relationship, meaning you can teach and help others overcome or come back from a horrible relationship. Did you do drugs as a youngster? Were you an addict? And instead of beating yourself up for the times you lost and the things you've done while you were being an addict, man, praise yourself for not being an addict no more. Praise yourself for being able to help others overcome that disease. Show people the way. And that's the whole thing, man. Once you start flipping the script, man, it becomes a gift. Now, everything you've been through becomes part of who you are and part of your arsenal and your weaponry against BS, against problems, against drama, against everything that's negative. You can help people battle what's negative in their life because you already overcame it. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, man, it's all about self-forgiveness, man. What is something that you've done that you need to forgive yourself for today, right now, so you can move on? Is it not spending enough time with your family? Is it not being a good son or daughter? Is it not being a good spouse, not being a good father, not being the best employee at your job? That's a bad example because I'm not worried about being the best employee. I'm worried about getting the job done. But what's important to you that you think you slacked on, that you think that you kind of undervalued or didn't appreciate, man? Forgive yourself for it, learn from it, and then how do you amend? Make amends for what you did. Apologize for what you did. You know, if you did something and you don't think there was any closure in it, man, create some closure. Whatever it is, man, make amends. Atone for what you did. Whatever you got to do to help yourself, forgive yourself, do it. Do it, because like I said, man, there's no room in success for the negativity that comes with blaming yourself over and over for a mistake you already made in the past. I know, because I've done that and I've overcome that. And life is good now. Life is good now. And I'm not saying everything's perfect, because it's not. I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'm far from it. But life is good because I know how to handle situations in a healthy way and without bringing my baggage from the past with me. If I didn't forgive myself, I couldn't be in a healthy relationship now. If I didn't forgive myself, I couldn't love myself the way I do now. And that's so important. Not how other people see you, it's how you see yourself. If you don't forgive yourself, that means you don't see yourself in the best light that you can possibly see yourself in. Anyway, man, that's my time. I just wanted to leave that message with you because it's so important, man. Self-forgiveness is so important. Healing and recovery is so important. And you want to create positive energy, and you can't have positive energy within yourself with all that blame and all that hurt and all that condemnation in you. You're better than that. You're a good person. If you're listening to this, I know you are. I know you're trying to do better. I know you're trying to get somewhere that you want to be and leave somewhere that you don't want to be. So part of that is forgiving yourself for whatever mistake you think you made, whatever time you think you wasted, whatever relationship you think wasn't right for you, whatever position you shouldn't have put yourself in. Forgive yourself for all of that so you can move on and do better. All right? Anyway, I love y'all, man. This episode is brought to you by Made in Dina, Life of a Boss Clothing, Hardware Apparel, and Hardware Enterprise, and all that other good stuff, man. Check out the website, lifeofaboss.net. Check out madeindina.com, man. And I challenge you to forgive yourself. I'm going to end it right there, man. My challenge for the end of this show is to forgive yourself, man. I challenge all of you to forgive yourself for something, because sometimes it's harder to forgive yourself than to forgive others. You know what? To some people it's easy, but to others it's hard. We can forgive somebody else, but we still hold ourselves accountable, and you should, but don't hold yourself to blame for the rest of your life, man. You made a mistake, you overcame it, and now heal from it and recover from it, and forgive yourself for it. Like I said, you'll be much happier, you'll love yourself much better, and you'll be much more productive without bringing that baggage to the next level, because there's no room for it. Anyway, I'm out of here. I know I keep saying that, but I'm out for real now. All right? Remember, success is a lifestyle. I love y'all. Tune in every Monday and every Thursday for a new episode. All right? Peace.
Did anything stand out to you in today's show? If so, let us know. Your questions, comments, and concerns are important to Jason, as he is determined to always deliver to you only the most impactful information and content. Until next time, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and leave a review whenever possible. You may visit lifeofaboss.net for more episodes and great resources to help you become the absolute boss that you were meant to be. You can also follow Jason on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hardin. Thank you. And to never forget that success is a lifestyle.